All right, Josh here, and I'm at the Metropolitan at the 9, the second most expensive hotel in all of Cleveland. I'm doing this hotel tonight. Tomorrow we're going to the Ritz Carlton. This hotel has been featured in several movies in the Cleveland area. I believe even one's The Avengers. And then we have this really historic building next door, which is like a Heinen's supermarket, but it's kind of connected. But I can't wait to check out this hotel and see if it lives up to the hype. They also have an incredible vault bar down below and rooftop Garden of Eden restaurant that are very famous and popular here in the city of Cleveland. Let's go check it out. Now here we are at our room. It's a very interesting elevator process. You basically put your room number, tap your key, and it shows you what elevator to go in, and there's no buttons inside the elevator. Now at check-in, we did ask for a suite. So this is the two queen beds suite. So it's a little bit more spacious. When we were here a year ago, we just had the regular room with the 2 beds, and it just wasn't as spacious. Also the room with the king bed is also, it's spacious, but not as spacious. Coming in, big, huge hallway here. Now this shower is partially kind of see-through, not see-through, but like if I stand on the other side and put my hand close by, you can see it. But this shower is though a lot more private than the rooms that have 1 king bed, because that one is literally like a see-through shower, like in the middle of the room. So it's a very interesting design. The rooms with the 2 queen beds, it's a lot more private of a shower because it's kind of hidden away. But first, I do want to show you the bathroom. This for an autograph collection. It is showing its age. It's feeling a little bit dated and not that amazing anymore, and it's a little bit uncomfortable, I will say. But first of all, let me show you the bathroom. The one positive though, it has a lot of counter space. So we have a lot of counter space in here, which is great for families. We have 2 sinks, the backlit mirror. The bathroom isn't that bad. And then of course, here's the shower. Again, it is, you can kind of see my hand here on the side. It's all like this, so it's a little bit see-through, but the shower is decent. It's not full rainfall shower, but it kind of is with the thing that sticks up. So it's not bad, but the amenities are also very unique. I haven't seen those before. We have a private toilet in here, and I like that it's a thick door, and that's always a positive thing. If you're with a family, you can have a closing door to the bathroom. Now behind us here, we do have the tub. This is a great feature, especially at hotels, is to have a big tub, and this is a very big tub, huge. It sticks here, and now over here we have these doors that open into the room. So you can be sitting in the tub and either looking in here into the room. But I will be honest, when these close here, they don't close all the way. There's still like a little gap here in the middle, so it's not completely private when you're in the bathroom. So that is just interesting, but this is still more private than the other king rooms, because all the king rooms here, it's like this shower, but it's even more see-through, and it's just like in the middle here, in the middle of the room, and there's no dividers at all. So here we have the closing door to the bathroom. Come on in, I want to show you the main room. Again, the hallways are just kind of dark, drab. I mean, they're showing their age. This hotel definitely needs a renovation, I will be honest. But here's the rooms, nothing in the world like them, but they have a big backboard here, but then again, it's kind of like an awkward ceiling, because this doesn't like completely go up to the ceiling. It's like a separate thing with the weird wallpaper. It's a very interesting design. It is a little bit dark, especially at night. The carpet definitely showing its age, very old carpet, but everything's carpet in the room except for the hardwood coming in and in the bathroom part. Each bed has 3 pillows. Most hotels, there's 4 pillows on the bed, so that's interesting. We have just a phone here in the middle. I don't see an alarm clock, so that's also interesting. Most hotels always at least have an alarm clock, and there's no nightstands on the other ends of the bed, just one in the middle. That's also a little odd. Now we've got 2 storage cabinets on either side here. This one has hangers and luggage rack, and this one has an ironing board as well as extra bedding and iron. We have the safe here. These are all for purchase, and then we have drinks for purchase down below with a big TV in front of the bed. Now this is the suite part, so it does have the big suite area, and I will say, this is the first property I've ever been to that has a fireplace in the room. This is a great touch. It's not a real fireplace, it's a fake fireplace. You just basically turn it on and off, but it's a great touch. It's homey feeling, it's nice, and for an autograph collection, it's very premium. But again, the rest of the room, it just doesn't match that level of sophistication with that fireplace. I do like this big seating area because having the suite, you have a lot of extra space here to relax, and you can watch the other TV here, and then you have another big red chair over here. So this room is extremely spacious. It's the most spacious you can get. The rooms that are not suites, basically, it kind of ends like right here. So you'll still have like a little seating area, but basically in the suite, you have all this extra space. The king rooms are also spacious, and then the king suites are going to be even more spacious like this. This is a very unique building. All the windows in the building look like this. Really rounded, very unique looking building in Cleveland here. And the views from here are not the greatest, it's just of another building, but from our room last year that we stayed at, we had like a corner room, and it had views on different ends of, you could see the different buildings on this side and that side, so it was a much cooler view. But nevertheless, downtown Cleveland's still great views and very, very unique design. I also just wanted to say this area at night can get a little bit dark. You have the weird like upper lighting, but there's no like lamps here, which is interesting. There's no like extra lighting fixtures, not even up here. There's not even a desk with a chair to like sit and do like work or at a laptop. All you really have is this area here, I guess, to sit down and work, and right here. So it's not really a business hotel, because if you're here in business, you're not really gonna have a desk to sit at. So keep that in mind. But overall, since I've been here last year, it's not as glamorous as I remember it. It is getting a little worn and dated, and I will be honest, it definitely needs a renovation. But I still decided to come back just because out of the hotels in Cleveland, this one and the Ritz Carlton were the 2 that I was interested in. So I will be staying at the Ritz Carlton, review to come. But let's check out the rest of the property, because the amenities at this property are very unique, including the vault downstairs, the rooftop area. It has a lot of amazing amenities on property. The rooms might not be the greatest, but the rest of the hotel I hope can make up for it. So let's go check it out. Okay, Josh here. We just checked into the Metropolitan at the 9. This is a king room. This is on the 10th floor. Kind of like an end room. So we kind of come around the corner, and the first thing I notice is this shower that is kind of blurred but a little see-through, and it's right in the middle of the room. So haven't really had that before, so that'll be an experience. Nice bathroom though, countertop. There is a toilet inside of there. And then in the room, we have a big king bed. It's a little bit low. The room looks a little dated. The bed's low. There's a TV here. It feels a little cramped. I do like these cool light things above the bed, but honestly, do they even turn on? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So that's cool. There's a little sitting area over here. Nice view of Cleveland through the windows. Looks like you got to see a little bit of the city. That's nice. But overall, the room, there's 2 small closets. It's kind of underwhelming. I mean, this hotel is probably, in Cleveland, you have maybe the Ritz Carlton, which will be the highest end. This is probably the next level down if the Ritz is too expensive for you, and I'm not loving it. It's okay, but it's probably decent than the other brands, but it definitely could be better. But we'll see. I'm going to see how comfortable the bed is. It looks okay, but we'll find out tonight. So. And welcome to the Metropolitan at the 9. This is an iconic property located right downtown Cleveland in a great location. It's within walking distance to the Cleveland Guardians Stadium, downtown Rock and Roll, Hall of Fame, a lot of really awesome places. This property also has a lot of history, as it used to be a bank, and they actually tied a lot of the history into it, and it's some of the eating venues, which I'll go over later. But this one here is the main eating venue called the Centro. It does have outside and inside seating, and this one is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, the first time we stayed at this property several years ago, it was amazing. For Platinum, Titanium, and Ambassador members, 2 full breakfasts every day, like the brand's standard in terms and conditions in Marriott. However, recently, this property has not been offering that to elite members. Basically, when you check in, you get 1,000 points, or the $10 food and beverage credit, which is accurate. That is the Marriott terms and conditions. But the second part says that if there's no lounge, they're entitled to give you breakfast in the restaurant, or the guest can choose 750 points per night, but they automatically just give you the 750 points per night and do not allow you to choose the breakfast option, which is the reason why I actually will not be staying at this property again, because if I'm going to stay here, I'm really going to want breakfast included. Now, they were nice to still give us the breakfast credit because we did talk to them about it and they did read the terms and conditions and saw that it's in there, but they do not do that anymore, so just keep that in mind. Now, the rooms here definitely are more high-end for downtown Cleveland. That's why I've stayed here twice, but they definitely could use a refresh as they are getting a little bit dated. The property does have 156 rooms, so not that many, but they definitely could use a little bit of a renovation, but in the meantime, they're still very decent for downtown Cleveland and the other property options. Now, here we are going into the vault. This is one of the most iconic bars, and it kind of feels like a nightclub that you can ever go to. It's in the basement of the property, and they actually kept the original old vault, the banking vault, because this used to be a bank. And it's even said that possibly Carnegie or Rockefeller even maybe stored their money here. But what once held millions and millions of dollars is now a place where you can gather around, get drinks, relax, and kind of wind around down here. They have different rooms. The lighting is really cool. One time when I came here on a weekend, it was just very crowded, a lot of people, and a lot of action, which actually was really nice. On more weekdays, it's a little bit slower, there's not as many people, but it still is a nice touch. They have a full bar down there here where you can get drinks, kind of relax, but overall, really unique property that they have this right down below. So even if you're not staying as a guest, you also can just access this and just come for the night. Now, on the rooftop here at this property on the 12th floor is the Garden of Eden. Now, this is another really cool venue that this property has. They have all kinds of menu items, drinks, and it has incredible views of downtown Cleveland in almost every direction. You can kind of walk around, you can sit outside. They had some heaters going, but it was really beautiful. You could see Cleveland from a total new perspective because not that many hotels have rooftop patios. But this was very crowded even on the weekdays. A lot of action. People just loved it. They have the TV screens, so if you want to watch your favorite sports games or just kind of to look around. Now, just a couple things to keep in note is this property does have a $51.84 parking charge per night. And what we did is we just parked across the street ourselves and walked over and saved a little bit of money. They also even have a movie theater for special events located on property. I'm not sure when they show films, but it looked very nice. That is a very unique feature. And then from the property, you can actually walk here into one of the malls right next door. It's like kind of a grocery store. And then we also went to a Cleveland Guardians game. And then we also went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, just walked there from the hotel. So a lot of great venues in the area. Okay, now for the review of the Metropolitan at the 9 here in Cleveland. So room is going to go ahead and get a 3.5 out of 5. It was not completely comfortable. The beds were good. It's just the furniture is just getting a little older. There's also like a lot of things in the room, like a lot of ledges that can hold on dust and stuff. They may clean it, but it looks like there's a lot of different things, and I don't know if they can get it all cleaned. Also, the carpeting's getting a little bit dated. The lighting in the room is like more dim, especially in this area. There's nothing to light it up at night. Just a little awkward of a setup. Next up is going to be inspiration. This hotel is going to get a 3.5 out of 5. While we did come back again from last year, it's just not that wow. The only things that gave it that 3.5 are the Eden rooftop bar area. That's really cool, has great views of Cleveland as well as the vault. The bar down below open on the weekends in the basement, but the room, it didn't really factor anything into inspiration for me, just as well as like the public areas. The other thing that's inspirational is the restaurant, the Centro. It's like really nice and they're really modern. If the whole hotel was that theme throughout, that would be a much higher score in inspiration. Next up is going to be service. Service here is going to get a 4 out of 5. The staff has been friendly. They have tried to accommodate. It's just not like over the top friendly. Like they're nice, they'll do their job, but it's not like really personalized service like a lot of other properties, as well as valet staff. They will come out and help you. It's just as soon as you pull in, they're not always like right there at the second you pull in to like help you. They will come out. It's just not as high service I've seen in a lot of other properties around the world. Next up is going to be value. Would I return? That is going to get a 3 out of 5, and that's because I did come back after last year, but after this time I don't think I'll come back. It's just okay. It's nothing special with the rooms. The only positives would be if you're going to go to the Eden rooftop bar or maybe the vault down below. The Front desk staff is very nice, and the other reason is just like with elite member benefits, they've kind of taken a few things away from last time. They used to give you just a $30 breakfast credit every day for platinum and higher. Now they don't give you anything. They just say they give you 750 points because of the club lounge being closed, but technically they are still supposed to give you breakfast in the restaurant, which they're not. So I did have to confront them about that, but it is a little bit change in management that I've noticed. They also don't have the free coffee in the morning that like they used to a year ago when we were here. So I've just seen a few cutbacks, and for that reason, it's just not really high valuable on my score. I am going to the Ritz Carlton today, so that is literally the most expensive hotel in all of Cleveland. So I'm really excited to check that out and give my review for that. Now for pricing, the rooms here are going to be around, I'd seen them around like $250 to $450 per night on average. Now when there's a game in town, they can be a little bit higher. So this hotel is pretty pricey for Cleveland. So I do recommend using your points. I believe it's going to be around 30,000 to 40,000 points, somewhere in there, sometimes 45,000. So if you do have points, I recommend using them here because the cash rate, I just don't know who's going to pay $300 to $400 a night to stay here. I certainly wouldn't, again, so just keep that in mind. You can stop